Hello Dissenters, my name is Italix and I am here today back in Life is Feudal, ready to begin a new and exciting project within our castle walls. We are going to make a keep, and it's going to take a lot of people to make this happen. This is a huge project on so many levels. This is a preview of what the keep is going to look like. There are 3 different keeps currently in Life is Feudal: a small keep, a medium keep, simply called keep, and the large keep. This one is in between. It's right smack in the middle. The big one's too big for the castle. The little one is too little. This one's just right. And for now, it's going in the northeast corner, though that may change in the future. And we're going to spend so much time putting materials in this keep to make it happen. No, I'm not going to make you watch all of that collection, but I am going to give you a little bit of an overview of everything that's going to have to be done in order to make this keep a reality. Look at that foundation, it's massive! We've been flattening out the ground up here to make sure that it has ample room to grow, and once complete, it will bolster our defenses, give us a great place to look out for incoming enemies, and of course, just look cool. Because that's really why we're building it. Look at these materials that are required: 15,000 rock, 8 door modules, 150 mortar, and the shaped granite of doom. 4,000 shaped granite. Oh, Italix, 4,000's less than 15,000. You just said 15,000 rock. Why is that not what you're focusing on? Well, let me show you. Here I am, going to gather some of that shaped granite. We must first make the trek past nearby cities and neighbors and allies up into the mountains, where we will find the crevice that digs deep down into the earth of granite. It's a thin little strip, and there's more than one, of course, but you have to find them first, and they can generally be found up in the mountains, in these tiny little areas, and we dig down and down and down, 50 granite at a time until our inventory becomes full, and then we shape it. You remember how we shaped rock in the past? We're going to be doing the same thing by accessing the pickaxe and using these shape options to make that granite into little pieces. So 20 granite at a time equals 1 shaped granite. So think about that for just a second. You put in 200 granite in your inventory, or even 400. That's only 20 shaped granite out of 400 in your inventory. And that's out of 4,000. So you can imagine how many trips this is going to take. But once you've shaped that granite, you can dump it into a bag, continue digging even further until you can fill up your bag, your own inventory that is, with shaped granite. Take it on back to town by praying, otherwise you're going to be stuck in there because you can't jump over that lip. There's an invisible wall that traps you in here, and then you can pop back into town, run back up to the keep, dump your granite, go back, and do it all over again. If you'd like to do the math on that and figure out how many trips it would take, more power to you. But for me personally, I like to avoid that kind of information and take it one step at a time. Just focus on the trip that I'm doing, the grinding that I'm doing at that moment, deposit the resources, go back for more. If I try to think about it too hard, how many trips is that going to take? It starts to get a lot more mentally draining. But thankfully, the other people of the city contributed oh so much more than I have so far, and they make projects like this possible. But I do what I can to be a contributor. Now, unfortunately, I did not have all the time in the world to just gather resources in peace, for the castle was under attack. And you'll notice that I have some new weapons at my disposal: a quiver with some bodkin arrows that pierce armor, as well as a longbow. It's not the best bow in the game by any means, but it is what I had available to me at that particular moment, so it is what I took up arms with. Luckily, I had trained up throwing weapons and bows and crossbows, so I was able to help defend. But as you may find out, Italix is perhaps accidentally on the other team. We will see why very soon. So, what's happening right now? What do you mean the castle's under siege, Italix? Is there just one guy down there attacking you? No, it's more like a group of about 5 people, so it's a fairly significant force. Our goal on the castle walls is to shoot arrows at them and stop them from creating a siege ladder, which is made by cutting down nearby trees into logs, carrying those logs up to the wall and placing them strategically in such a way that they may be climbed by the advancing, encroaching forces. Once over the walls, they can, of course, freely kill you, attack you with swords from up close and personal, and subsequently ransack your place and take anything that they can find available. Now what you're gonna be seeing here is why I said I may be on the other team. Oh, did you see that arrow floating next to me, pointing upwards? That's more like a landmine than an arrow. When facing up, it's a bad idea to walk over these glitchy arrows, like this person is doing here after I warned him not to do so. Because doing so, you see, has a chance to kill you. Yes, or just wound you mortally. So now there's an arrow stuck in the back of his head. I love that. How did it even get back there? No one knows. So there's lots of landmines that are accidentally created in ranged combat because the projectile system is very glitchy at the moment. You may see arrows passing by slowly. They do have maximum ranges that you can fire. Did you see that Neo arrow just strike me in the face? It was going so slow a snail could have dodged it, but leave it to Italics to run right into it and take a little bit of face damage. So you can see them down there carrying these logs, trying to build up the ladder in terms of stairs and making it so that they can cross over the gates. Of course, we're shooting at them the whole time, and you'll probably notice that despite my best efforts, not only have I created 2 more arrow landmines within this tower, but all of the shots I do get off successfully seem to be missing them. I think I managed to hit one guy in the arm once or something, and I did get like 2 kills from arrows that went through them or just missed them slightly, landing next to them, pointing upwards and getting a kill on them. So in my mind, the couple arrows that did kill them from them stepping on them makes up for the number of shots I took where the arrow seems to go right through them while they're carrying logs. So it kind of evens out in the long run. But I forgot to mention one thing. Remember how I was talking about I killed my friend? I may have killed him three times. Ooh, okay, I've admitted it, it's out there. I killed my own teammate 3 times, and I take responsibility for at least 2 of them, but look, there he is again, standing on top of one of Italics' misfires. Okay, let me explain how the misfire works so I can try to make you understand why this is so difficult. After firing an arrow, your character reaches back to the quiver, pulls out a new one, and then it is ready to shoot again. Should you try, and there he is dying to my arrow that was set up all around, and there was like 3 of them to be honest. But yeah, if you should click the mouse again while drawing that arrow, sometimes it can result in a misfire. So it's really a game of waiting until your character is ready to shoot again. If you get in a hurry too much, which it's very easy to get in a hurry while in first person because you can't even see the animation really. And the reason I'm shooting in first person for most of the video is because it's much easier to aim. The third person reticule is a little bit off. So I'm throwing a lot of information at you at once. The point is, combat super buggy, and this battle is sort of anticlimactic, and for that I must apologize, but it was still an important event in our castle's history, and I thought it needed to be shared with you. So now they finally got the logs very nearly high enough to cross over. They've got archers, they've got crossbowmen covering their advances. That's how they were able to drag those slow logs all the way here, because they're giving them cover fire. And as they cross over, we're trying to stab them through the battlements to try to keep them off so that they cannot enter our castle, but it's almost too late now. We've got one naked guy stabbing them and getting stabbed, me with arrows whizzing over my head, scared to go in with the stabbing animation because I don't want to kill my own teammate, and 1 or 2 crossbowmen who have been helping us from time to time as well on our side. There's about 3 or 4 of us in total, but the primary problem is we keep crashing. In fact, I've already crashed twice so far in this battle, and now they have crested the top of the walls, and it's time to go into melee combat, as awkward as ever. You can see there's just a lot of whiffs. Whiff, whiff, whiff. And when I do finally land a hit, it does not 1, not 2, but 2.3 slashing damage, or something ridiculous like 2.18. I can't read the number. Something really tiny and minuscule. With all this armor that everyone's wearing, all this royal armor, you may get some slashes in, but man, is it hard to kill people. I've mentioned how many attacks it takes before without armor, just fighting a naked person. Try killing someone with a full complement of royal, and I'm so sorry, teammate, who just died. You'll notice that there's a lot of people in front of me. None of them are my teammates at the moment. And so it's time for Italics to die in valiant combat, proving his bravery once and for all, or crash. Yeah, he crashed. Whoops. Good job, life is futile. You made my epic death so much less epic. So luckily the guys that were sieging us were nice about it. Me and my other teammate who crashed rejoined the game, and they gave us an opportunity to defend ourselves one last time. So we all said, 1, 2, 3, go, and then we attacked. And they swarmed over us, picking us off one at a time, popping out from behind buildings, something like 5 versus 3 for our final battle. But it was a good fight, and we deserved our defeat, and everything was done in a fair fashion. So, very respectable all around, and Italyx clearly has much to learn about combat when it comes to not killing his teammates with arrows, when it comes to properly attacking and slashing, because he's just missing almost every single attack. So this was definitely a good learning experience for me, and it's just fun. I know you've seen just a brief bit of what's been going on here, but this 10-minute video is representative of so many hours. The siege itself was over an hour long. That's how long we were just shooting arrows at people, hoping to get lucky. We got a few actual realistic kills, not just arrow landmines, and a good time was had by all. I look forward to seeing the combat refined in Life is Feudal. You can see that there's pretty glaring flaws with it at the moment, but I believe it is the least worked on part of the game up to this point, and I am hopeful that it will be polished in due time. And know that in the future we will be even better prepared. We've been working on some plans to make our castle siege-proof, but it will take time. Hopefully, guys, we finish the keep in the next video, and I hope that you're still enjoying it. If you are, let me know by leaving a like on the videos that you enjoy, and of course, leaving your thoughts and comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Italyx, and I will see you next time.